Hi there, it's Jordan from Barnet and Southgate College. I'm here today to give you a taster session in regards to what you could potentially be learning on a sport course with us next year. So, what we're going to do is it should last about 10 minutes. I'll run through a few small details and then I'm going to set you guys on a task and hopefully you'll be able to get quite a bit out of it. And it gives you a little bit of an idea and a flavor for what you'd expect if you join one of our courses. So, we've got campuses at Bournemouth, Colindale, Edmonton Green, Southgate, and Wood Street. We do sport courses at Bournemouth, Southgate, and Wood Street. So you'd typically be based there if you was going to be doing sport. So there's 240 guided delivery hours. So that is where you'd have contact time with your tutors every week. So that would be broken down into 10 or 12 hours. You have an opportunity to develop and enhance your English and math skills if you've not achieved the grade 4, which you would have loved to get. So you'll get an opportunity to redo some of your English and maths and build up them key skills, which we find at this college is an extremely important thing. You have loads of sporting opportunities, of course, within the college. So we pretty much have a wide range in delivery of sports, whether that be from football to NFL to tennis, golf, literally any sport that you really enjoy doing and you have a passion for, you can pretty much do with our academies alongside your sport course. And then obviously there's clear progression following on from your qualification. So once you've completed your course, depending on where you are, level 1, you can progress on to level 2 and level 3. If you're a level 3 student, you can progress on to level 4. If you feel like you could go and do, like if you wanted to do a personal training course, so you could do our YMCA courses. And we also have now, we're excited to announce that we've got the higher education courses as well. So even if you want to go and study at that high level and you want to take your education even further, you can go into level 4 and study to develop that degree level qualification. So yeah, we have a lot of wide ranging courses that we do at the college. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to quickly go through it and run through the lesson. Hopefully you really enjoy it. So what we're looking to do, the lesson objective today will be to identify the components of fitness, breaking them down into health and skill related components. So we're going to be looking primarily at components of fitness. Hopefully you'll be able to accurately link components of fitness to different fitness tests, and then you should be able to explain, well, hopefully explain why some sports will use different types of fitness tests to others. So why would some sports use some fitness tests and other sports would use others? So first of all, we need to look at the components of fitness and what are the components of fitness. So fitness can be broken down into different components. All right. Typically, when people think of fitness, we think of the first thing people come to mind. You think, wow, cardiovascular endurance. Who can run? Whoever can last the longest is the fittest person. But what we've realized within sport is that there's actually many facets, many components to what we consider to be fitness. So they're broken down into 11 different components, which could make somebody fit. Okay. They're broken down into the 5 health related components and 6 skill related components. Okay. These splits in terms of the health and the skill related make it easier for coaches, athletes, and obviously the sports scientists to understand fitness and the different requirements that each sport and position and role entails. So, for example, we're just looking at football specifically here. If you're not a football fan, don't worry, okay? This doesn't mean that on the sport course we're only really looking at football. We're just using this as the example here. So if we look at a goalkeeper, some of the components of fitness which is important for a goalkeeper would be the agility, the reaction time, and the flexibility. Okay, they're key components of fitness. That's not to say the other components of fitness aren't important. It's just that for a goalkeeper, they would be something what you consider to be key. If you look at centre back, for example, you'd have strength, power, cardiovascular fitness would be important for a centre back, and obviously for a midfielder, cardiovascular fitness, power, and muscular endurance. So you can see that there's different components of fitness for the different positions within that sport. Okay. So, as an example, you would say the component of fitness may differ between players in the same position. So, Eric Dyer is a midfielder, and so is Dele Alli. But Eric Dyer has greater strength, whereas Dele Alli has better speed and agility. They both play in the same position, but because they have different components of fitness, they're able to do different roles within that position. So, if we move on a little bit, so the 5 health related components of fitness, we have body composition. Okay, that is the percentage of body weight which is fat, bone, and muscle. So what you'll realize is a lot of people want to jump on the scales and they'll weigh themselves. And there'll be 2 people who may be 15 stone, but will have completely different body makeups. Okay, completely different. So a good example of that might be a professional boxer. So someone like Anthony Joshua. He weighs around 18, 19 stone, which makes him extremely heavy. But if you notice and you look at him physically, his body is going to be a completely different makeup to Tyson Fury, who's also 18 stone, but his body is completely different makeup. So we're talking about the percentage of fat, muscle, and bone. Okay, that is what makes up your body composition, and that is one of the components of fitness. We also have cardiovascular fitness, the ability of the heart, lungs, and blood to transport oxygen, flexibility, the range of motion in a joint, muscular endurance, the ability to use voluntary muscles repeatedly without tiring. So that is how many times your muscles can contract and they'll be able to last and last and last and keep going. And then strength, the amount of of force a muscle can exert against the resistance. So strength is muscular strength is how much force can you exert in that one movement, in that singular contraction. And then we've got a skill related component. So we've got agility, the ability to change the position of the body quickly and control the movement. So you might have like a running back in NFL, be someone who's have high level of agility. Eden Hazard, Lionel Messi, two footballers who have got high levels of agility, can change direction quickly, can dribble very well. Balance, the ability to maintain and stay in control of the body's movement. Coordination, the ability to use two or more body parts. Power, the ability to perform strength performance quickly. So strength times speed. How quickly can you use your strength? Okay. Reaction time, the time it takes to respond to a stimulus. So that's like throwing and catching. If I threw a ball at you now, how quickly could you catch that? And then speed, the ability to put body parts into motion quickly. So how quickly can you go from one point to another? So fitness testing, why is it important to do fitness testing then? Testing is used prior to and during a training program, okay, to measure and track improvements in athletic performance. So you would do a fitness test prior to a training program to assess the strengths and weaknesses and set relevant goals. So for example, you might do a bleep test prior to the season or prior pre-season to to see where your players' fitness is, their cardiovascular fitness is, and then you can then set different targets and goals for that person throughout their training program. So let's say in that bleep test they get an 8, you're going to be working over 6 weeks to try and improve that fitness for them to be able to get 10 in the bleep test in 6 weeks time. You'll then do a fitness test mid-training program, and that's just to monitor to make sure that you're actually progressing. Because you might do a training program, and midway through that training program, you realize, oh, we don't actually know if you are improving or not. And you don't want to. It's nothing worse than doing a 6-week training program, getting right to the end, and realize that there's no difference in what you've done. So it's really important to monitor that, and a good way to monitor that is to do a mid program test. And obviously, you'll then do one post program. Okay, that's just to assess if what you've done has actually worked. Have you seen improvements in your physical ability? Has that component of fitness that you've been trying to work on, has that improved over time? So different fitness tests for different fitness components. So if you see body composition there, bioimpedance, skin fold calipers, they're ways to test your body composition. Okay, cardiovascular fitness. So you've got the 12-minute Cooper run or the bleep test. Flexibility, so sit and reach test, muscle endurance 60-second press up test, hand grip dynamometer for strength, Illinois agility test for agility, so on and so forth. So here's our list of different fitness tests what you could use. What I'd really recommend, give you a good start coming into next year, would be to go and have a look at these tests and see what they do and how you do these tests. Because if you do come to our college next year and you are here, these are going to be tests that we're going to definitely, without doubt, be looking at and trying to test your athletic ability and also some of your classmates. So I would definitely recommend going and having a look at this. So here's an example, okay? So I've decided to just look at the 12-minute Cooper run as an example. This tests cardiovascular fitness, okay? So the component of fitness, one of the 11 we're looking at here, is that cardiovascular fitness. The equipment you would need, obviously you're going to need equipment. How to conduct the test is really important. Instructions are really important for fitness tests. But again, we'll look at that in further detail when you come next year. And then obviously comparison to the normative data. When it comes to fitness testing, normative data is really important because you're able to test how well you're doing against the norm. Okay. So what I'd like you to do, there's going to be loads of little tasks which we're going to be getting you guys to do. So that is attached to this PowerPoint. So what you'll be able to do is once this is over and complete, you're able to then go and have a look at the tasks. Hopefully the little bit of information I've given you in this PowerPoint should be able to help you answer the tasks. Some of the tasks that we put on are very relevant to what you'll be doing. And if you're able to complete them successfully, it'll give you a really good head start in regards to moving forward into any of the courses that we do next year. Okay. Want to say thank you. I hope this gives you a really good head start. That's just a little bit of a taster. Obviously, I'm not the only teacher who teaches on sport. There's loads of different teachers from loads of different backgrounds. Um, so you'll be able to really get a flavor for sport and what you want to do and how you want to conduct your future. Remember, this is your future. Okay, so from everyone at Barnet and Southgate College Sports Department, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to listen to this, and I hope you have a lovely day.